Every week my village does this thing called a warm space. It's a free space at our local community church. You can go get free tea and coffee, play games, get a free lunch. I like to go down on my lunch break and take a bake along with me. I've got some leftover rhubarb and custard from hosting Easter this weekend. Let's turn this into a rhubarb and custard blondie to take down to the warm space. So let's make a rhubarb and custard blondie. I've made this before over on Instagram. It's such a good recipe. I'm gonna double it. There's enough for everyone. So we need to cream together the butter and the sugar first. We need 225 grams of butter, so 450 grams of butter. This will make like 2 big trays of blondies. And then 100 grams of sugar, so 200 grams of sugar. This is just granulated. And 200 grams of light brown sugar, so 400 grams of light brown sugar. 408, that's fine. Get this into the KitchenAid to cream together. And then into that we need 6 eggs. Ideally 1 at a time, but we're just gonna go in all together. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Right, back into the KitchenAid to mix. 150 grams of plain flour, so 300 grams of plain flour. 319, that's fine. Half a teaspoon, so a teaspoon of baking powder. Back into the KitchenAid to mix. 250 grams, so 500 grams of either white chocolate chips or just chopped white chocolate. Fold that in, and that's the mix done. A couple of baking trays. Just divide the mix into both of these. Let's get our leftover custard, dollop it over the top. Then we're gonna like swirl the top so it gets all marbled within the top of the brownie. Blondie. This is the leftover rhubarb puree that I had left over from making the jellies that I did for dessert on Easter. So we'll just dollop the rhubarb puree over the top of that. Then we'll get a knife and just marble the rhubarb and custard into the top of the blondie like this. Like that. Into the oven, 180 degrees fan for 45 minutes. They're done and they've cooled. Let's get this out. Give them a slice and then we'll try some. Do them in 3s. We'll do nice big ones. When I did this before over on Instagram, I remember the custard giving it a really lovely like gooey top to them. I'm gonna do them in 4 this way. Guys, look at that. That was so good. Leftover rhubarb and custard blondies for the warm space. Yeah, the custard on top gives it a really soft, gooey top to it, and then you've got the crunchy blondie underneath. Chunks of the white chocolate in there, a little bit of tartness from the rhubarb. Very good.